what we are discussing is to continue this storage part. Okay, so what exactly we are discussing here is, able to hear, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So LRS within the single region 3 copies. Okay, but ZRS is basically maintaining 3 copies. Okay, 3 copies with different one single region or 2 regions. It may be maintained that 3 copies, single region or different region. It means, okay, if you can see this one, this may be maintained. Okay, it will maintain only LRS single region. Okay, so you just deployed in the East to US, maybe this is going to maintain, the three copies. Okay, it is going to maintain basically 2 copies in a primary region, that is East to US. Here is the 2 copies, and the rest of the 1 copy it is going to maintain West to US. So why it should maintain like that? Let's say your complete data center or region, it is going to collapse. Okay, what is the disadvantage of this LRS basically within the single region? Okay, in a US, maybe earthquakes or sometime when floods is going to come in, so that data center will collapse, right? So that is the case. If you are maintaining this one, the reason it's going to collapse, so your data is also lost. So there is some data loss or data redundancy option is available for the LRS. When you go for the GRS, let's say your data is residing 3 copies, 2 copies in the single region, the 1 copy is in the west other region. Let's say complete US is also gone, your data is still having in the west US region. Okay, there is some redundancy option is available. Okay, so next is GRS. So it maintains the 6 copies of your data. The data replicated 3 times within the primary region. Okay, so each region is going to have multiple zones, guys. Okay, either 2 zones or 3 zones, whatever, it is having some zones here. Okay, I'll show you that what are the zones under. Okay, here is the 6 copies. So single region, it will maintain 3 copies. The rest of the 3 copies, they may maintain 2 or more regions. 2 or more regions. This is also RAGRS will maintain 6 copies, the same kind of approach, but the advantage of this one, whatever the other regions it is going to maintain, that also you can able to access. That is the best beauty of this RAGRS. Normally, LRS, you will maintain 3 copies backend, but when your data loss, you may retrieve, but you cannot able to access. The GRS also, you will maintain 2 copies in single region, rest of the 1 copy is available, but you are not going to access directly. Okay, you have to raise the support ticket Microsoft. So my data loss gone. The rest of the data is, we are in a GRS region, just restore it so that they are going to restore. RAGRS, it will maintain 6 copies, but you don't have an option to access on the other regions. But RAGRS, you have an option to access your data. So what is currently we are discussing? Storage account. And the storage account, we have multiple options. One is for a general purpose and a standard tier and the business critical. And this standard tier we have, like in a general purpose option we have, way to general purpose, right? So let me do some demo kind of thing. So any questions at this moment as of now, what we are discussing currently regarding the storage account? See, don't worry. We have just, terminologies you have to remember. Storage account and, standard tier and the premium tier. Okay, standard tier, it is having a general purpose uses. Premium tier is for extend to workloads. Okay, we have a hot tier and a cool tier. Hot tier is a frequent access data. No, cool tier is not that much of frequent, you can say. Okay, and next, then what is the storage account storing option? We have LRS, ZRS, GRS, RAGRS. LRS maintain 3 copies of data, single region. ZRS maintain 3 copies data, 2 or more regions. Okay, there is some redundancy. And GRS maintains 6 copies of data, 3 copies within the single region, rest of the 3 copies, it may 2 or more data center. The same approach here, but even though you are maintaining this RAGRS, it will give the read-only access of the permission. So that is just you guys need to make sure. See what I just said. Data replicated 3 in the same center, VHD copies a single data center. The data replicated that entire region, okay, and the 6 copies of the type RAGR read-only access you have in a secondary data center. So it is a simple things. Okay, so when you go for creating of, we will letting know this, storage account, tables, entire queue related stuff. We have lot of option to explore it. Okay, so we'll discuss. Okay, so here is your user and web application. You are going to use the storage account. Okay, what is the structure of the storage account here and how it is going to happen. So we have an in details information. So how storage account can access, okay, AZ copy we have an option, and storage explorer also we have option. So we will discuss in detail this one. Okay, in a command line also we can able to create, but at this moment for the sake of an interest, I'm going to create the storage account. We will explore it the rest of the options or uh, options and the features here. Okay, let's create the storage account. If you guys have any questions, let me know. We will discuss and then we'll go and create the storage account. All right. So I'm just creating now the storage account. Okay, let's see this option, and I'll upload uh, uploads files. Account. Okay. Now, if you can see this, okay, so just before what we discussed, the same window currently we can see, and I'm just providing the name. Always the name should be, unique. Okay, so 2023, and I'm just already just taken. Okay, it's not taken. And you can deploy it over here in the East to US region. As I said, there is a nearly 66 region and 133 data centers across the world. Okay, so Microsoft. Now, since I'm using for the East to US in a standard tier, we have multiple options. Just before what we discuss, I'm just leveraging the LRS one. Okay, just go to the next option. So where we can able to see this, required, secure tier for the REST access and all. And we do have, a minimum TLS version. Basically, the highest version is currently 1.2. It is in a secure protocol kind of thing to ensure your data at the rest. Okay, so that is a secure option to do this one. Okay, I'm just making a default here, and if you can see this, allow across tenant replication means if you are having a one tenant multiple subscription, if you are going to enable this one, you can access this one even though it is a different subscription. Here the access tier. So what is the access tier here? Hot tier and the cool tier. Hot tier is basically you are going to use day to day, and the cool tier is a frequently access of data and the backup scenarios based. Okay, so enable large file share. So if you want to share your file shares to network path, you can able to check this one. Okay, so this is a one kind of option we can able to. So there is a next networking option. Don't worry, we as of now we haven't discussed any networking option. We'll discuss later, but just I'm going to move forward to the next option. Data protection we do have. So here is the option enable point in time store of the container. It means, let's say if you are going to enable this option, you just deleted just before 5 minutes, 5 seconds, but you can able to retrieve, since we have a resiliency of the data in a multiple data centers, multiple zones, we can able to point in time restore is available. Enable soft delete. The soft delete enable to recover a blob storage previously marked the deletion. Within the 7 days of data, you can able to retrieve. Enable soft delete, containers. Okay, so containers also we have, and share files also we have. We can make this as much as maximum. Okay, so let's see what is the maximum period of your data can retrieve. Okay, so I think it is by default 7 days is there. Okay, so marked is 7 days, and 360 days, 365 days. Oh, it is allowing. Okay, so 1,000 days. Okay, only 1 year is lowest is 1 day, and so if you delete the any container, or if you enable this one, still your data till 365 days. Okay, that is the options over here. So I just make it as an default. I am not going to do any changes. Okay, we have now a client requirement. If you can enable, you can enable that one. Okay, just next, encryption tags we already discussed, right? So this is Microsoft um, managed key and a customer managed key. So if you are going to use for the by default Microsoft managed key, if you want to use customer managed key, you have to create one key vault here. Okay, so that we will discuss later. Okay, so I will explore on that one. Okay, so here is the encryption methodology, and the tag we are already aware, and review and the click on create. So this is how we are going to create the storage account. Is basically this is how we are going to create a storage account, right? So then what is the use of the storage account to oh, uh, as part of Azure SQL DBA, right? So let's see this, how we can able to connect, and how we can able to see this access and all, right? So always you would have to see this deployment in progress, and also we have the we can able to see here as well. Uh, it's not able to see yesterday also. Let's see. Okay, so if we can able to capture, if till it is in, it is already done. Okay, so we cannot able to see. Okay, just go to the resources. So under the uh, storage account, okay, let's say if you're going to click the storage account now, we can see the newly created storage account here, right? It's SQL SK 2023, right? So I just created in the East US region. So let's click on this one. Okay, so we have an option to here. So actually this storage account feature, there is a open explorer is there, right? You can able to download and install your system, and you can upload the files. Okay, this is also an option you have. Okay, if you want to move some sort of files here to one resource group, other resource group, other subscription also you can able to do. Okay, now let's see this one, uploading of your storage account as well, right? So we are more considering about these options, right? Containers here. Okay, so container is nothing but it is a one drive. Okay, so if you have hard drives, right? So this is drive, right? In this drive, we are going to maintain some folders, right? So let's say if you are maintaining some sort of folder, under the folder, we are going to maintain the data. right? So now we are in a drive and we are going to create one folder. Means folder in the sense we are call it as a container. So what we can say here, the container name SQL backup. I'm just going to give this container. Just click on create. Click on create. So there is a one container got created. We will discuss this file, what is a file share and all next 10 to 15 minutes. So we have in a folder. So I want to upload my backup file here. I want to upload my backup file here, right? So how we are going to upload your backup file? Basically, once after clicking, there is option, upload option. Okay, just click on this one. It is going to navigate your local server or local desktop. So I want to upload my files here. I want to upload my files here, right? So let's see backup file. Maybe I have some backup file .bak. This is backup file extension. So I have a lot of backup files here. I want to take very small one. Okay. 97 MB, 181 MB. Let's take this one. Okay. So this is my backup file. It is uploading now. Just click on this upload file. My backup file is now currently in the cloud storage. Now currently in the cloud storage. It is being uploading here. Okay, in progress. Once it is done, it will show completed. Not only .bk, I'm just giving one option here. Okay, you can upload whatever file you want, text file, jpg file, ppt, word, excel, whatever you want, you can able to upload. All right, just refresh, my backup file is available. Okay, so most of the migration process, what it will happen, 50 to 60% of migration approach. So what is going to happen is basically 90% of the migrations. Okay, 90% of the migrations, what it will happen, basically you have one storage account and we have either SQL managed instance or SQL server. Okay, so whatever option you have, you can. So first approach is moving off your backup file to the storage account. From there, you are going to restore this file into this managed instance or the SQL server. Either the ways you can able to. So this storage account is going to play a vital role here. We are not going to directly migrating to this or this. But there is a use cases, if you want to do some sort of online migration kind of thing, you have DMS or the DMI operations that also we can able to directly migrate. But when you do some sort of native methods kind of thing, this is the best approach to move the workload to cloud landscape. Okay. Now my backup file is
Sir, if
available.
we don't uh, upload the files on storage first and we directly go for the managed instance or SQL server, so there will
Yes.
be an issue.
No, no, no issues. Okay. There is no issues. See, typically, the scenario that you asked, okay, maybe the client is not willing to give some ports enable and all. Okay, there is an option we have. Okay, DMS services and migration approaches, online migrations. That's required some sort of ports to enable. Okay, from for security compliance related, okay, we are more concerned about you cannot go and open the ports on the source environment, right? That is the case, we are going to leverage this feature. Other than that, yes, for your question, directly also you can able to migrate. That is called it as online migration. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, all right. Now, so So for this file, how we are going to migrate, how we are going to restore, that we will discuss later. Okay, so I'm just exploring this option. Under the storage account, we have a container, okay, though where we are going to leverage. The next is that file share. So what is this file share is basically, see, in our local desktop, okay, let's say we want to share some folder here. Okay, if we want to share some folder, let's say I want to share this folder, how we are going to do, means we are going to do some this folder like uh, properties, okay, and sharing option and share option, right? So I'm just given my name only, just sharing option we are going to view. Okay, and we'll do this one, right? So this is typically the option we are going to share. Okay, if you are having access, if I am going to use this one directly, what are the options is available, I can able to see here, right? So these are the options we have, right? And if I'm going to share you folks this one, you cannot able to access. Why? Because you don't have any permission. You don't have any permission. Try to access this one, you cannot able to access. Okay, so same like, okay, so if you want to have a massive amount of data that you want to leverage or upload your data directly from your local system or local server, so there is an option to use the file share. Okay, so let me do some R&D on this one. So are you guys with me? Are you following? You are able to understand, right? What exactly I'm discussing here? Any confusion or any uh, misperception you have?
No, sir.
Okay, you are clear, right? Just let me. So these are all the basic related stuff. Okay, so this much of in-depth is not required, you folks, but when you go for migration part and all, this will comes into the picture. Again, we have to repeat, again we have to do something. Okay, but if you learn this one, it is as similar as other cloud as well. It is very easy to understand, either AWS or Google Cloud as well. So but the naming convention or description or the navigation may be different, but functioning is as is process. Okay, just bear with us next 3 to 4 classes. Okay, you are full-fledged Azure administrator. Okay, once we completed Azure SQL DBA as well, so both you have. Okay, so if you are in the project, you have to deliver all these things, right? So what I want to do here is basically I am just um, making for you guys an option. Okay, I want to try to connect this file share from my cloud, right? So the file share is nothing but, okay, so it is a UNC network path. So the container option, and here the file share option, container option, file share option. So it is a kind of network UNC path. So let me create this one. But the beauty is, let's say you have in a server URL, right? You want to move complete your folder or files or set of file. Okay, so directly you can drag and drop, it is available in the cloud. And let's see that how it is going to work first of all, right? So I haven't done anything. Just before, what we discussed is the container. It's nothing but a blob storage account. Next we will go for a file share. So what is the file share is basically, if you can see, so just go to and click on this file share option. Okay, and here you're going to go SQL file, SQL file. So what is the transaction optimized, hot optimized, and the cool optimized? So any event based transaction you require, you can upload it here. And hot tier is you can frequent purpose, or the cool tier is infrequent purpose. So let's take its default one only at this moment. See here how much it is going to support, basically 5 terabyte of data, 5 terabyte of your data. Okay, so each file, okay, each you can do maximum 200 file shares. 200 into 5, how much it will come? 2 5 is 10. 1000 terabyte of data you can maintain. Okay, so let's keep this one, file share name and transaction optimized, right? Next is backup. So you need to maintain, right, backup of this one. So here is you have volume name and the tag here, and here is my new backup policies. Means dial it is going to take the backup 7:30 p.m. and the retention period is the 30 days. If you want to take the backup, you can take. Otherwise, no need to take. I'm just giving disable that one. I don't want to take the backup at this moment. Okay. Just go to review and create it here. So what I did is basically simple is I just given the name and I'm just unchecking this backup one. If you want to take the backup also, you can take it up. Somebody has deleted. If you want to restore, you can restore it. So review and create, just create this one. Simple. Okay, so there is no coding and flat uh, uh, to creating here. There is no some that much of complication here. Okay, then how it is going to help us, files here, right? So let's say some developers is going to 5 to 6 members in our team. Okay, so see what I want to tell again. Okay, so you have some developer team, right? You have some developer team. That developer team around 5 to 6 members or 8 members is there. They're daily doing some development tasks and doing some work. So they want to store into the single storage file, right? So that is the case. It is going to helping. So what I did is I just created one folder. Okay, I means file share option. Here is my file share, Azure file share. Okay, so here I want to upload my data. Here I want to upload the data. So how we are going to do this uploading of your data? So let's see. Once after the deployment is done. So it is done. Okay, so now the file share is available. Okay, now the file share is available. Let's see this file share option, how it is going to, oh, still it is deployment is in progress or what? No, it's done. So I want to go again to storage account. Okay. We have in a storage account here. Under the storage account, what we uh, deployed one file share account. Okay, so here is my container as well as the file shares. So just before we deployed in a file share, right? This is my file share account. Just open this file share, okay, with a 5 terabyte maximum accommodation we have. So we can see this one, connect, upload, okay. And if you want to upload some sort of file or file share information, you can able to upload it here. Let's see how it is going to work on it, and add a directory. If you want to upload folder also, subfolder also, you can able to create it here. Okay, and if you want to delete it here. Okay, so this is size and future status. Currently it is in 7 days, and the large files is disabled. Okay, and the performance is IOPS is 100 and 60 Mbps for the second, and the backup option we have, right? So as of now, there is no file got updated here. Okay, as of now, there is file no, got updated here. If I want to connect the file share, let's see, there is no file at all at this moment, right? So one thing is you just upload option here. The same kind of file I can able to upload it here as well. So just go to browse. Okay, so either backup file, whatever you want to upload, you can upload it here. Okay, so you have batch number 43. There is some files is there. So I want to upload. So you can able to upload it. Just upload it here. Okay. So this is a one option, right? This is the one option. If I'm going to refresh, the file is going to available here. Okay. The other
Sir,
alternative, yeah. Yes,
can I
Udit.
upload a single file or we can upload multiple files?
Yes, multiple files you can upload, multiple folders also you can able to upload.
And one more question, sir. How did you decide max IOPS 1000? Means how did
See,
you calculate it?
yeah, here is the option we can able to see for this option currently. Okay, so it is going to give the max op here. By default setting, we are not going to do any kind of mm, high ops related stuff here. So by default, it is going to give us the option, file share option. If I'm going to click this one, will give this, here is it is already give the performance here. Okay, why? Because this is 100 IOPS and 60 minutes per second. Okay, we are in the standard tier. Okay, if you go for premium tier, it is going to increase it here. Okay,
Okay, sir.
now just I manually created and uploaded the file here, right? So there is other option to connect. See, at this I have an on-premises server with me, and I have two drives here. Okay, so every day you cannot able to directly upload. You may feel some sort of network bandwidth issue. Okay, so you can directly attach that network path here. Okay, but container you cannot able to attach, but this file share directly to this your server actually. Just allow me 1 minute. I don't know. It is not opening. Okay. Or else I will go for my laptop. Okay. So in local also it is going to attach, right? So I have currently with the three dev, there is no network path, right? So what I'm going to do, okay, you are also can able to execute this one. So just navigate to this one. And here is the connect option. Okay, it will give multiple option to connect in a various operating systems from your on-premises. So if you want to connect Windows operating system, okay, so you can connect this one. Okay, you can connect this one. Okay, so by using of site to site and VPN, show the script, it is going to give the script information. If you want to connect Linux system, okay, so it will go the script of Mac also can. But at this moment, I want to attach this file share to my local laptop. Okay, the same kind of approach you can do in a server also. Just generate a script. This is the script. Nothing I'm going to do. Just copy this one. Just copy here. There is an option we can able to see copy option. Go to your Windows option, and here is PowerShell. Okay, so just click on this PowerShell option. Okay, I can see this PowerShell one. Just copy paste and execute the network path. It is going to attach your local system. Okay, just copy and paste it. Paste anyway. Okay, so if I'm going to press enter, it is going to attach my local laptop. Let me show that one. As of now, there is no network path, right? You guys also can able to access and do this experiment. Just copy and pasting here. Just copy paste and execute in your laptop, and it is going to attach. Okay, now what I'm going to do, just make sure this, okay, it is waiting response. I'm just press entering. Okay, so the command is going to execute. All right, just copy paste. and here execute. So it will connect with the uh, 445 port is not blocking. Okay, so the once after the execution is done, okay, so you can see that the file path actually. You can see that file path actually. It's a warning only mostly. Okay, so TCP connect is 445 is full, so it's required 445 should be enabled. Okay, but still, let's see this whether I'm able to access or not. Let's see the same option in a server end. Okay, so whether I'm able to attach or not. Since the internet provider is the 445 port is black, that's what it is not attached. But let's see, I'm in the server actually, a Windows 9090 server, 2019 server. Okay, let's try to deploy this one. Slow my system. Let's take this Windows PowerShell and server. Okay, this is a 2022 server, it seems, not 2019. Okay. All right. So I just pasted here. If you guys is remember, okay, so as I shown already, there is no network path got attached here, right? So there is no extra folder. It's there, but which is not related to this actually. I just did some migration approaches. That's what it is showing, but it is a different file share. Okay, so let's see this. Uh, do your end as well. I just pasted in the chat window. Try to do your end as well. Maybe it should connect.